It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Let's get out of here. Aye. Hey everyone, it's Aaron from God a Minute, and we are actively waiting for the soon rapture of the church. Before I share some stuff, thank you for everybody who supports the channel. If you are looking to support the channel, I've been at this full time for 3 years now, encouraging the body. So all those support links are in the description box below. This content that I want to share is just a new thought that will help potentially with us understanding our rapture timing and understanding the tribulation timing and understanding the general timeline of what's going on and how this is all going to play out. So I will put the video here or wherever it's going to be, like after here, and then I'll come back and talk to you. Okay, so check out the video in regards to the Dome of the Rock and the Holy of Holies. Pay special attention to this rock. I think this rock is very significant. This Dome of the Rock is actually placed on top of a rock, and I think this is the rock that God believes is very special, where all the temples were built. So I'll talk to you in a second, and let's do this. So here's the video.
Let's go back to the rock under the Dome of the Rock. If we examine the shape of the rock, we will see that it has many cuts that have been made to the hill throughout the years. We must remember that after the destruction of the Second Temple, this place was governed by Romans, Christians, and eventually Muslims. Each civilization made changes to the rock, and this is why today we can see many cuts that have been made to the rock. A scholar, Lean Rittmeyer, has done extensive studies on the form of the rock under the Dome of the Rock. Rittmeyer argues that the rock in its original state looked quite different. Many civilizations that followed Israel had altered the stone and made cuts to it, built on top of it, and even took some stone as a building material. In its original state, Rittmeyer argues, the stone had one major depression. Fortunately, this initial depression can be seen today. Some significant changes to the outlook of this place happened during the Crusader period. The rock was reduced in size and covered with flagstones during this period. Additionally, the Crusaders built a high altar which was placed on the rock, and only the eastern part of the rock was visible. Gabrieli, an Arab historian of the Crusaders, writes that when Jerusalem got reclaimed by the Muslims, Sultan Saladin ordered that the installation made out of marble be carried off, the stones broken, and the structures demolished. Unfortunately, the Crusaders were not very gentle with the stones, and they even cut out parts of it and transported them to Constantinople and Italy. But what Rittmeyer suggests is quite astonishing. If we inline where the temple would stand with the original cut visible in the rock, we can see that this place would be in the Holy of Holies in the temple. But that's not all. If we study the size of this cut, we will see that it is 2.5 by 2 cubits. The royal or sacred cubit was the distance between the elbow and the tip of the fingers and the length of 4 fingers. The royal or sacred cubit was the cubit used for building of Solomon's temple. Therefore, a royal cubit is 52.5 centimeters or 20.67 inches long. Now, if we go back to the Torah, we learn that the Ark of the Covenant measured 2.5 by 1.5 cubits. So, the Ark of the Covenant would definitely fit this cut-out hole, but the hole is 2.5 by 2 and not 2.5 by 1.5. So, why the difference? Well, according to Rittmeyer, we find the answer in the Torah. According to Deuteronomy 31:26, the Deuteronomy scroll was placed next to the ark. This may account for the fact that the emplacement for the ark was made a little wider so that the scroll could be placed firmly next to the ark, and not be in danger of rolling down the mountaintop. Quite an interesting explanation, don't you think? So, to give you an idea of where the temple would stand in correspondence to the current Dome of the Rock, I created this animation showing you the location of the rock, as well as Solomon's temple and Herod's temple. Here is an additional drawing made by Rittmeyer showing you the rock, the Dome of the Rock, and Herod's temple.
Okay, so we're back. Isn't that a cool video? So again, I'll put the full link in the description box below for this YouTube video, and I'll also link Lean Rittmeyer's website that I found, where I'm going to put 2 pictures in this video. So here's the deal. It looks like this rock is where, very likely, where the Holy of Holies was, where the Ark of the Covenant was, where God dwelt among the people in the first and second temple. It looks like the temple was built around this foundation stone. It looks like this stone indirectly is the foundation of the temple, and indirectly is a representation of Christ. You know how it says in the Bible that he is our chief cornerstone, right? And they're wanting to stone him, and God's kind of saying that, Jesus is kind of saying that he's God in John chapter 10, and they're wanting to stone him, but he's saying this in the temple right beside this rock. And so I think it's quite fascinating. So here's the new thought, okay? So we're waiting for this third temple, or some people are waiting for a third temple, but the most holy of holies, the most special location seems to be this rock that is underneath the dome of the rock. It looks to me that this particular rock was the foundational stone in the temple. It looks to me that this is the Holy of Holies. It looks to me that this is the sacred ground. It reminds me of Exodus when God says to Moses, "Take off your sandals because you're standing on holy ground." In God's mind, there seems to be holy ground. And so although Exodus was a separate story, certain ground is holy, and I think that this rock is holy underneath the dome of the rock. I get the sense that it's very significant. So I think we're going to study this a little bit more. But my point is this: here's the big point. If this rock is where the Holy of Holies was, and like I'll show a picture here. So this picture here looks like it's like the rock is right underneath the dome. And then this next picture that I'm going to show you seems to be where the veil was, right in front of where the Ark of the Covenant was, and that's where this whole temple was. And you can see this picture is a little blurry. Like I said, I'll show you the link. But there's lampstands here, and there's the table of showbread right here. And it seems to be exactly where the temple would have been, and where the high priest would have been, went in on Day of Atonement. And so all this to say, I don't think the structure that surrounds this rock is important. I think the rock itself seems to be the most important, because that's where the Ark of the Covenant rested. That's the theory anyway. That's what it seems like. So it looks to me that the abomination of desolation that happens, according to the book of Daniel, will happen on this very rock that is underneath the dome of the rock. So my new thought is, do we really need a third temple? And where are they going to build this thing? And is it going to be significant in the mind of God? And why are they so obsessed with protecting this dome of the rock? I think I know why. I think it's because this rock is very special in the mind of God. So let me know what you guys think on this theme. I think that this rock underneath the dome of the rock is where the abomination of desolation is going to take place. And I've been going along this theme of the faith of Islam and Muslim beliefs, and how it's really the opposite of Christianity. And so I think the Antichrist is going to use this religion to do what he's got to do in the tribulation. But now there's an extra thing here. I think the Dome of the Rock is protecting the location until the abomination of desolation. And it's probably going to be on that rock. That's my new thought. So again, let me know what you guys think. And we'll go from there. We'll talk more about this theme as we go, as we study more and more. I hope you enter into a relationship with Jesus Christ. I think we're close. I think we're very close. I hope we go ASAP. Until then, we got work to do. Keep building that boat, because soon it's going to float, okay? See you in the clouds, one day closer. Go, Jesus, go. Bye.
Hallelujah, I'll see